train here, this is a replica of the CP Huntington, which is an actual locomotive. The CP Huntington is in the Sacramento, California Train Museum, the actual CP Huntington. The CP Huntington, the actual locomotive, was built in 1863, and that's why on the side you see 1863. Now, they hired a company, it was in Paterson, New Jersey, to build the CP Huntington. And the factory said, well, we can build it, but it's going to be a little smaller than a normal size train. Not this little, but a little bit smaller. Reason being, 1863, Civil War was going on. Yeah. Metal was at a premium. So they said, yeah, we can build you a train, but it's going to be a little smaller. So that's what made the CP Huntington kind of like unique. And that's why it's one of the trains that's in the museum out there. And if you're wondering about the name, CP Huntington seemed like probably an odd name for a locomotive. He owned a company. So when you own the company, you can name a locomotive after yourself.
It's true.
So anyway, this train, the replica, is built in the United States. It's built in Wichita, Kansas by a company called Chance Manufacturing. They build people movers such as this train. They build carousels. They build that carousel. They build all different kind of things, Ferris wheels, anything for amusement rides. Company's still in business today. This was built in 1964, so this is an antique. This is an older model. If I believe correctly, it came here from someplace in Ohio. It came here roughly 1972 to this location. It's been here ever since. This, at the time, was the only version that they made which runs on gas. Now they make them propane and they make them lithium batteries, which everybody's going green. Right. So but this one is, like I say, gasoline.
Okay, that's what I wondering actually.
It's got a four-cylinder tractor engine in it. Generates 68 horsepower. It's got a 90-degree drop down, a differential, and it has two drive shafts. One going to the front trucks, one going to the back trucks. These drive wheels are just for looks. They go around, they look pretty, but they're really not doing anything. It's the trucks that are actually driving it. That's where the drive shaft is hooked to. So anyway, it's kind of a neat train. Locally, if you've ever been to Storybook Land, they have the same train. Not all that far away, the same train is also in Dutch Wonderland in Lancaster. Oh. There's another one of these trains, or used to be, I don't know if it's still there now, in Quechee Gorge, Vermont. So these trains are all over the CP Huntington because they are unique, they're cute looking, and you know, the kids, you know, it looks like an old-fashioned train. You know, it's like, ooh, this is going to be under my train, my tree at Christmas time. So anyway, that's pretty much the go-around on the train. They're not cheap, though. About 3 years ago, I researched it for a while, but last time I did it was about 3 years ago. Just the locomotive, if you were to buy this 3 years ago, how much do you think? Just the locomotive.
This one? Easily $100K, right?
$295.
Wow.
Just for the locomotive. Each coach, $60 grand.
Right.
That's 3 years ago, so I'm sure the price is higher now. So it's kind of a neat thing. It's, you know, a lot of fun to do. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
That gives you a little nutshell of the train itself.
Okay.
And a little bit of the history out of it being brought here. Now the carousel that was brought here, that was built, I believe, in 1996. Same company, Chance Manufacturing. And that was brought here, I believe, in the year 2000.
Oh, is that recent? Okay.
There used to be a carousel here years ago, and there's postcards of it.
Yeah.
It was a double-decker.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen those ones around.
Whatever company owned all this at the time, I guess they sold it, took it with them. I don't know what happened to it.
Right.
When the Fitzgerald family, who still owned the Village Green here, when they bought this, it was just a concrete pad.
Right.
And they're like, there's something missing. Right. You know, it's like the carousel used to be here. Yeah. So they went out and bought that carousel.
That's
and
awesome.
had it put here.
Right.
So,
that's awesome.
And it still brings joy to a lot of children. And,
you
know, and it's just a fun, magical place to come up here. Has been for years. I brought my children here.
Okay.
My dad brought me and my brother here.
Right.
So
I get it.
It's really a neat place. But unfortunately, in the 90s, I'm going to say probably around mid-90s, early 90s, after all the corporations had it and drained all the money out, put nothing back in, unfortunately, the place was in really bad disrepair.
Yeah, yeah.
And then 3 local families bought everything.
Oh, okay.
The Coppola-Busher family bought the Smithville side.
Right.
And the Fitzgerald family bought the Village Green side over here. So you got 3 different families. 2 families own there.
Right.
1 family owns here.
Oh, okay.
Local families.
Right.
Matter of fact, Tony Coppola, who owns part owner on the other side, he's the mayor of Galloway Township.
Oh, okay.
So he definitely takes pride in everything. The newest acquisition.
Is that what each side kind of have its little own flavor a little bit too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then that was. How you doing, folks? Hop on board. I'm the conductor and the engineer. I collect on the way by. It's cash only though. If you got.
We have cash.
Okay.
You have I only have 50. Is that all right?
Yep, I'm good with that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for asking. Well, what happened really? The 2 sides have been separated forever.
Right.
When Ethel started this, Fred and Ethel Noyes, when they started this, a lot of people, they see the Fred and Ethel lantern light.
Right, they're thinking of
I love Lucy.
Yeah.
Fred and Ethel Noyes. It's not. It's Fred and Ethel Noyes.
Right.
And their name is spelled Noyes.
Okay.
Not the noise like.
Yeah.
Isn't that the museum?
Yep.
Yeah.
Same people.
Okay.
Same people.
Okay. That's sold,
so they,
though.
That's a whole different story
there.
Yeah,
we just came from the wildlife Forsyth right there.
Okay.
I think they always would advertise the trail out back, at the museum, and like every once in a while, be like, I have to check it out one day.
Yeah,
and then one day we were doing that, and then realized, exactly.
Yeah, we do. I belong to Marine Corps League, so if you drove down Great Creek Road, you drove past our buildings up on the hill.
Oh,
You've probably seen the Toys for Tots sign out there, possibly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
We do road cleanup around the lake and everything once a month.
Right.
Anyway,
that's awesome.
But yeah, 2 different things, 2 different venues per se. That was always the commercial side.
Right.
This, in Ethel's mind, when they did this,
fun side.
this was supposed to be the historic side.
Oh, okay.
This was like at one time like a mini Williamsburg or Peddler's Village kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was all historic.
Oh, okay.
And they had Cooper making barrels. They had somebody carding yarn and spinning wool.
Oh, okay.
Blacksmith, a tinsmith.
Right.
People dressed in period costume over here, and that's what was here.
Oh, okay.
It was all history.
Right.
Problem is, history doesn't make money.
Right. Yeah.
So therefore, Fred and Ethel kind of ran into a little financial difficulties.
Right.
ABC Entertainment came in, bought them out.
Okay.
Nothing against ABC Entertainment or any corporation, but they're usually bottom line dollar.
At shareholders.
So they sold, ABC sold to somebody else, to another corporation, and after, like I say, after so long, into the 90s.
Right.
This place was
run down.
And then, like I say, there's 3 families bought it, still own it, and they brought it back. Different venue, but they brought it back to its former grandeur. As you're walking around, just a little bit of gee whiz kind of history here.
Yeah.
As you're walking, Ethel was really big into detail.
Okay.
As you're walking around, if you see these white placards, if you see a tan house, to the left of the door is a white placard.
Right.
That's the Gibson house. You look at the brick color house to the right of the door. It's called the Wolf House. As you're walking around, if you see these white placards, that was somebody's house or business somewhere here in South Jersey. Ethel sent people out all over South to pick these buildings up and bring them here.
Oh, literally the whole building.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Yep. So if you see them placards at 1850, this was 1875, it doesn't make
real
sense.
deal.
That's somebody's house or business that was here in South Jersey. Now they've connected them together and stuff like that. Like the Paul Dazzle over here, the pet shop.
Okay.
You see Sugar Hill Chapel on that.
Right.
You used to have a steeple on the top of it. People used to get married in it.
So that's awesome.
I don't know if you know where Dennisville is.
We live right now down near there.
This is the Dennisville train station.
Oh, really?
Picked up from Dennisville.
I didn't know that either.
Picked up from Dennisville and brought here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we're right down at Rio Grande.
I have pictures of this.
I grew up in Goshen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have pictures of this when it was in Dennisville.
Yeah.
And you see the steam locomotive, not here, when it was in Dennisville, coming down the tracks next to the station.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
Well, that is neat.
Awesome.
Yeah, so a lot of history at this place.
Yeah,
a lot of history.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yeah.